Welcome to another tutorial in IronCAD on Toby's practice models. This one is dated 8/3/2024. It's a corner offset bracket. Not very difficult to create. This is all again going to be created with IronCAD's drag and drop features. We won't use any sketches in this model. Just show you how we can use all these. We've got the base shapes to create all this. We had a chamfer on the corner on the bottom right, and we have a rib feature that we'll show you how to use as well. So fairly simple, just some dimensions. They give you some interesting dimensions, like here, there's no slope, it's at the top, and the distance from here versus the total distance, which is no big deal. We'll show you how to do that. And this one here has a dimension from the outside. We'll just show you how all that's done in IronCAD. Fairly simple. Let's hop over to IronCAD and I will walk through this for you. All right, first we're gonna start off with extrude. We're gonna do that base plate there. And really when it drops out here, you have your handle set. And we've got the width of this thing sitting at about 80 millimeters is what it says. And the overall length from front to back is 110. We'll type that in. And then our height value is sitting at 15 millimeters. So we'll set that as well. So that's basically gives us our base for our shape. Next, we're gonna do this extrusion here. So we can either drag and drop another feature on here, or we can just select onto the face level, pull this up, and type in the value, which is gonna be 56 is the total from the top to the bottom, minus the thickness of what we already have, and we can get that height. To get the offset handle, we can just right click on that, edit a distance from point, select over to our far edge, and that thickness is 15 millimeters as well. So that's one way to create this. You could have also dropped out a block that had this overall height and cut this out, another way to do it. But anyway, just kind of start off with that direction. Next, we're gonna build this feature here. Again, we can do a couple things. We don't wanna just pull from the bottom face because we actually are gonna have the top of this extrude out. So what we're gonna do is just add another feature to this. We're just gonna drag and drop a extrude right onto the center of this face, and we'll just simply snap it down to the top. And we can, since we dropped it on the center there, we can right click, snap it here just to show you that it's aligned. And I'm gonna right click on this feature and I'm gonna flip it to the other side. So we have the going on the inside so we don't offset our overall distance. And this thickness is 15 millimeters as well. And now we know a depth of this is from the top of this part. Since that's why I aligned it to the very top edge, we now have the total top part here that we can select. So we can select either one of these to get the top part here, which is actually 60 millimeters down from the top. So that's the overall top from that shape. And then we know that side of this is actually going to be 100 from the opposite side, so we'll just type that in as well. So we now have that shape sitting where we need it to. We can simply now drop a cylinder right onto the center point. Again, we'll flip that to the other direction and just pull this handle to snap, and holding the shift key to snap to this top edge to align that, and snap the back edge. Sorry, missed that there. Grab that handle, snap to the back edge here to get that set. So that gives us our shape in front. And simply now we can drag and drop another cylinder right onto the precise center point of that part. And it's got a diameter of 30 millimeter. And just to check, you can always select onto the radius here. Look down at the bottom, that's a radius of 30, which is called out as well. So just to confirm that you built it correct. All right, so that's the main thing there. This corner here, we can do a chamfer on that. So we can select down to the edge level, right click, chamfer, and we want to set at 25 millimeters because that's what it calls out on both sides. And you can just hit enter twice or enter once to apply that. And next, we're gonna go ahead and do this rib feature here. So to do the rib feature, we have our shapes catalog. If you scroll down here, you'll actually see if you scroll down enough, you'll see a rib feature that's sitting there. So you can simply drag and drop that out onto this part. Basically the way it drops is it drops on that bottom face there, so you can see how it drops. You can try different places where you want to drop this. So if you want to drop onto the center point of this edge, that's fine. You can just basically use the rotation tool of the tri-ball to rotate this, because what we want it to do is we want to rotate it, we'll just rotate it up by selecting this long axis here and then left clicking and rotating it up, typing in 90 degrees, and just rotate it one more time along the vertical axis, this direction, 90 degrees. So that gives us kind of the orientation that we want. And then we can just use our handle, again, using our snap to that front face and to the top face there. And now we know that we have a distance from this front edge here from 30 millimeters back. So you can do this in multiple ways. You can just snap this here and then just say 95, hit your arrow key over, minus 30 to get that, or you could have done the edit distance from edge and got that distance as well. It also calls out a width of this, so we can see that the width right now is sitting at 7 value here, 7.123, that's fine. But what the distance is supposed to be is 8. So we'll just type in 8 millimeters to set that as well. And it's already set to do a symmetrical size, so that maintains everything that we've done, our alignments and everything for that part. So that gives you kind of a basic idea how to do that rib feature there. Next, we're going to go ahead and put these counter bores on here. So we can use our counter hole bore tool, or we can do it with two shapes. Either way is fine. So I'll just do it with two shapes just to show you. I'm just going to drop it onto the center point of the face, which is fine because it's got a diameter of 19 on that. And you can hit enter a couple times because the first couple ones are the diameters, and the depth of that is 4. And then you can drop another cylinder on here right to that center point there. And it's got a diameter of 8, and it's going through the parts. We'll just leave it through, cutting through, it doesn't really matter. Next, we can position this by selecting the first shape, holding your shift key down, select your other shape. Using that same tool, the tri-ball, you can now just move it up to this front corner because it gives you a distance from the top edge down at 17 millimeters, and it's got a distance inside as well. Not sure where this came on, but anyways, the distance from the inside is 15 millimeters there as well. So now that we've got that set, we can also use that tri-ball to make a copy to the other side. Just hit the space bar to deactivate it. And we're going to put on the midpoint of this back edge, hit the space bar to activate it, right click, mirror, link. And that's all it takes to build that shape. And if we come in here, we can see that's our model. We can come in and type in, it's got a 7,800 mass density, so that's going to give you a total mass of 2078 for the mass in grams for this model. So that's all it takes to build this model. Again, no sketches in this model, simple drag and drop features, and using our handles to align and snap everything to precise locations. Hopefully you find this one useful. We'll see you on the next one.